So here's a question you probably didn't ask the first time V jammed a mantis blade into someone's rib cage. What counts as a disability when everyone's already modifying their bodies? Like, is a cybernetic leg just a prosthetic or an upgrade? Is a Karoshi optic a fix for bad eyesight or a tactical advantage that turns your head into Google Glass on steroids? Today, we're diving into one of Cyberpunk 2077's most overlooked revolutions. Not its combat, not its cars, not even Keanu, but how it flips the script on disability, enhancement, and what it means to be whole. Because when everybody can be remade, augmented, and weaponized, where does the line fall between help, enhancement, and harm? Let's start with the obvious. Cyberpunk 2077 takes place in a world where cybernetic modification is the norm, not the exception. Got a weak heart? Install a new one. Missing a limb? Pop by Victors and leave with gorilla arms. Want to see in thermal vision because reasons? There's a mod for that. In Night City, the body is modular. It's tweakable. It's for sale. But here's the kicker. Once everyone can augment, what happens to the meaning of ability? That's where disability studies flips the narrative. In the real world, we think of disability as a deviation from normal, a loss or absence of function, but in Cyberpunk, normal is broken. Everyone is compensating for something. Everyone's body is glitching, failing, or being replaced. Even V, especially V, is basically a cybernetic Jenga tower from Hour 1. So we don't just have a future with disabilities, we have a future where disability is recontextualized as part of ongoing adaptation. Let's get into specifics. The game is loaded with cyberware that by our current standards would qualify as medical-grade prosthetics. Karoshi optics for enhanced vision, reinforced tendons to improve mobility, synaptic accelerators for neural speed. But in Cyberpunk, none of these are framed as fixes. They're tools, their lifestyle choices, their style. This is a world where choosing not to mod might actually be the outlier. There's a moment when Fingers, the sleaziest ripperdoc in the city, says to you, "You want to compete? You got to chrome the hell up." He's not wrong. Even cops on the beat are modded up to their eyeballs. Gangs like the Maelstrom literally swap flesh for metal on purpose. Not to compensate, but to self-express through transformation. And that's where the concept of augmentation and disability gets flipped inside out. What if your prosthetic isn't something to hide, but a source of social power? And yet, it's not all empowerment. In disability studies, we talk a lot about agency, the power to choose your body, your identity, your medical path. Cyberpunk 2077 asks, what happens when that choice is taken away? Think about it. V doesn't choose the relic. Johnny is uploaded without consent. Hell, people like Atom Smasher didn't just get augmented, they were corporately converted into killing machines. Characters like Evelyn, who are groomed into roles that require body modifications to serve the entertainment industry, show how augmentation is not always freedom. Sometimes it's exploitation with a cool interface. This isn't a world where everyone wakes up one day and decides to be stronger, faster, better. It's a world where you must modify to survive. And that's where disability and enhancement blur into something darker, compliance. Are you augmenting for yourself or because the system left you no choice? Let's zoom out a bit. In disability discourse, there's the medical model and the social model. The medical model says, you are broken, let's fix you. The social model says, you're fine, the world's built wrong. Cyberpunk says, cool, now buy a better arm. But the brilliance of Cyberpunk 2077 is that it lets characters embody all sides of that spectrum. Judy modded her body to dive deeper into brain dances, not because she was broken, but because she wanted to push the limits. Then you have characters like Johnny Silverhand, who's literally an echo of a man in someone else's head. He's the ultimate metaphor for losing autonomy, of being modified without permission. His rage isn't just anti-corporate, it's existential. And V is all of us. They start the game human, but gradually, through mods, trauma, and the slow burn of existential dread, they become something else. Not more, not less, just different. Is that disability, enhancement, or simply the cost of living in a society where everyone's chasing a better body and no one's sure why? So, where does this leave us? Cyberpunk 2077 isn't just a game about cool tech, messed up corpos, and Keanu yelling at you. It's a quiet meditation on what happens when the body becomes negotiable, when disability and enhancement are just two ends of the same sliding scale, when fixing yourself means letting go of who you were and hoping who you become isn't worse. It reframes disability not as a limitation, but as context, and that's powerful, because when everyone is modded, when even the strongest characters are glitching, faltering, and breaking, then maybe the real question isn't what can your body do? Maybe it's who gets to decide what your body should be. So yeah, next time you slam some cyberware into your arm socket, ask yourself, are you upgrading or adapting? Thanks for tuning in, Chooms. Stay sharp, stay chrome, like, subscribe, and maybe, just maybe, don't let Vic install anything ever again.